Alright, so my audio should be working now. I have my flashy keyboard. I have my 5 Zendikar set boosters. And I'm just going to wait first a minute to make sure everything's good. So, sounds like there's audio. And I guess I'm going to get started with a Kraken of a pack. So I'll try not to make it super loud into the mic. Already shown I don't know how to open boosters. I don't open booster packs very often, but I just think that this like product is really interesting. So I don't know exactly how it works. I know that there's like sections, so I guess we'll start at the front. I know that these are the art cards. There's like a rare version. They're like artist proof sort of, where they're blank on the back and they have their number, and they have art on the front. This looks like some Hydra. Some of them are like foily signed, or they have like a gold artist, but this one's not. All right, we have our first thing, which is a foil basic full art land, which is pretty cool. A Deliberate. Deliberate is a instant for 1 blue. It's like a instant speed preordain. It's pretty interesting. Drug Visionary is like an Elvish Visionary, but it's a 3/2 for 4. A Squid, an Ox, a first uncommon Sure-Footed Infiltrator for 3 and a blue. It's a Merfolk Robe. You can tap another rogue so it can't be blocked, and then it does the Occam Adversary thing, where whenever it deals damage to a player, draw a card. Oh, this is one of the more interesting rogues and merfolks in the deck, because it's like actually a potential Yuriko card. It's Merfolk Wind Robber. It has flying, and whenever it deals counter damage to a player, that player mills a card. So like it disrupts like your Imperial Seals and stuff. But then you can sack it to draw a card, but you can only do that if an opponent has 8 or more cards in the library. But then it's like just like useful text. I could definitely see this card being a Yuriko card that people like to play. Calling Ambush. This is the green fight spell. It's also a land. This is just a card. Oh, I think this is... No, this is not. Alright, Hagra Connector. Alright, we got our first rare. I'm not sure how many of these we get. It's a Lotus Cobra. This card's like busted in standard right now, so that's a good pickup. The art is sick. This is like really nice art. So that's a good way to start. Alright, we have Tazim Royal Mage. This is a foil. It's like a bad Archaeomancer. So if you kick it, it gets the Archaeomancer ability, but then that's 6 mana, which is really bad. Ooh, and we got our Shambling Shell as our like mystery booster card. I forget what these are called, but in the set, there are in the set boosters. There's cards that aren't in the set, and so this is a Shambling Shell. It's just a Dredger. So that's pretty cool. I know it's not 100% chance we even get one of these, so I'm happy we got one. So that's a it's a good way to start. What's up, Playum? I glad to see you here. Yeah, the foil lands are nice. If you guys want a closer look at that real quick before we go to our next pack. Sorry, it's like reversed for me, so it looks normal for you guys. So I gotta be careful. One thing I'll say is that I really like the foiling. They did like a nice job on it. It really. Oh, there you see. Ooh. See that? That's really nice. I prefer old border foils, which I can actually show off once I'm done opening packs. But yeah, there's our first pack. This is the reason I was most excited about this product, actually, is because it has these like mystery booster cards. That gets me excited. I like the idea that I can open a pack negation in one of my packs. So we'll go through this one again. Again, you might notice I don't really care about commons or uncommons. If I think they're like an interesting reference to another card, I'll definitely bring it up. Like that's why Time Spiral is like one of my favorite sets, and I will definitely be doing pack openings for that set. But yeah, if a card is just a card, I'm probably not going to talk too much about it. We got a Core Warrior token, so put that aside, I guess, because I was on the wrong side. All right, looks like we have another art. This one isn't signed or anything. So yeah, normal island, as you can see. Synchronized Spellcraft. Yeah, just some commons. Yeah, some commons. An interesting counterspell. It's a counterspell that says it's one. It's for 1 blue. It says counter-target non-creature spell its controller plays 1 plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. This card actually, I'll make it a little bit easier to see, but this card actually could be CDH playable in my mind, especially in the Thrasios and Tymna decks. I think 1 mana counter-target non-creature spell unless they pay 1 is like actually pretty close, which sounds ridiculous because that means Force Spike is good, but I think that's actually like pretty neat. Spell Pierce is definitely pretty close. Miscast is really good. So I could see Concerted Defense being better. It's really good with the like turns where you like play a Dork on turn 1 and then you play Thrasios on turn 2. Well, then this is like a Spell Pierce, and then once you play Tymna, it's a Miscast that hits like a Ristic Study. So I can see this card seeing some play. So we'll put this back. Another Ox. This is just another kicker card. Journey to Oblivion. This is like a Oblivion ring that cares about party, so standard stuff. Confounding Conundrum. Oh, this is a card people were actually kind of interested in. It's a enchantment for 1 and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and then whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if the player had another land enter the battle, whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control their hand. So it turns off fetch land, sort of. Yeah, brother. It turns off this card. Turns off fetch land, sort of, but it's not like quite good enough. So we'll see. And we got a really pretty card here. It doesn't do anything though, but this card is gorgeous. These are like really pretty. Let's see if I can see if we can get it to focus on it. I guess it doesn't want to. But yeah, these are gorgeous. Yeah, doesn't want to focus on them. Too bad. I would love to have one of those on a card that's playable. This is a squid that has Defender, and then if you play a land, it can attack as if it didn't have Defender. So, pretty medium. Pretty medium. Nothing crazy. I guess the Lotus Cobra might be crazy. I'm not sure how expensive those are. If someone would put that in the chat, that'd be pretty neat, how much Lotus Cobra is. Yeah. So, alright. Killing it. This is a strange... What is this? Huh, it's like a mini game. That's strange. Odd. Alright, put that aside. We have another art. Yeah, these are very pretty. I think I'm not going to collect these. Normal Swamp. Broken Wings. It's 3 mana removal spell. A lot of stuff doesn't really matter. A lot of equipment, which is nice. Ooh, Adventure Awaits. This card's kind of sick. It's like really close to busted. If it was an instant, I think this card would be insane. So, Adventure Awaits says it's a 2 mana sorcery. It says look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't, put a card in your. If you didn't put a card in your hand this way, like you failed to find or you just didn't like anything you hit, you can just draw a card instead, which is pretty busted. Like that's like kind of insane. It's like if Impulse was like, hey, by the way, if you don't hit anything you like, just draw a card. I'd be like, oh, disgusting. Spare Supplies, Sign of the Swarm. Some good stuff. This is the protection spell that is also land, which is pretty nuts. Deadly Alliance, it's a party or removal spell. Rock Slide Sorcerer, just like anytime you cast a spell, or an instant sorcery or wizard, which is kind of cute. You deal 1 damage to any target. Skyclave Shade. Alright, this is interesting. So it's a Shade for 1 and a black. It has kicker 2 black, so 3 mana. It can't block. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 counters on it. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it was in the graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard this turn. So interesting, you can even kick it from the graveyard, which is kind of unique. So in the late game, I guess this is pretty good. Then we have a foil Ardent Electromancer. When it enters the battlefield, add red to your mana pool for each creature in your party. It's like a really bad Dockside, guys. So, Just a really, really bad dockside. So, yeah, all right. So, probably haven't made my money back if Lotus Cobra is only $7.50. But we'll see. We're still chugging. I don't know what can come in these packs. I think food chain in here in these. I don't know. Let's look at the back. All right, we got. I guess the token is a plant token. So let's go up here. We have our art. This is very pretty. Another basic land on foil, kind of sad. Got some uncommons, see if we have anything interesting. Stonework Pack Beast is an interesting card. It's an artifact creature that is a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard, and then it filters mana. So it's just kind of a workhorse, which I guess is why it's a Pack Beast. Your typical draft stuff. Alright, Skyclave Plunder. Look at the top X card of your library, where X is 3 plus number of creatures in your party. Put 3 of those cards in your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This card seems kind of sick in party decks. 5 mana, look at the top 7, put 3 in your hand is like day through time. So, Salundi Vision. This card's nuts. So it's a 2 and a blue for an instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or a sorcery card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So the reason I think this card's nuts, and I think it would go in like a Niv Mizzet deck personally, is a lot of the time with Impulse, you're either trying to find a land or like some kind of mana source, or you're trying to find like a counter spell or a tutor or something. And so the fact that you can, you can play this as a land instead of casting it means that it is like it's cheaper than actually Impulse for a land. And then because it's an instant and it digs 6 deep, it is better than Impulse a lot of the time, even if it costs more. So I think like the additional mana does break even for the times you would have just preferred to have hit a land. And for 3 mana, like, yeah, it's a lot, but you're playing Niv and you're trying to get to 6, so I don't think it's actually that ridiculous of a number. Also, like, Niv is really relaxed on, like, with the lands it plays. Like, it just needs blue and red sources, I feel like. So I think this card's sick there. Maybe not good enough. Not me. All these cards are just really strong, but they're not quite good enough. So, I wouldn't be surprised to never see this in a list. But if you have a Niv deck, I would not be afraid to put this in it. Smite the Monstrous. Teeter Peak Ambusher. This art is sick. I love Goblin art. Legion Angel. 4 mana for a angel when it enters the battlefield. It may reveal a card named Legion Angel from outside the game. Put it in your hand. So it's like a broken Squadron Hawk, which is a really cute reference to the original Zendikar, which is neat. And we got a foil Adventure Awaits, the card I was hyping up earlier. Sadly, it's a sorcery, so it isn't good, but if it was an instant, God, this would be so good. Alright, so that is 4 out of our 5 packs. We have 1 more left. Alright, we've only seen 1 card from the list, which was Shambling Shell, which is not a good one. So let's hope that in our last pack we can crush it and finally hit something good. All right, some more art. Ooh, got another foil land. So yeah, these are sick. I really like these. Foil land. Like, to be honest, like, I have a hard time not loving these. Like, I love the ones that have the tap to add mana. That's my personal preference. That's what I would use. But gosh, these are beautiful. Rabid Bite, Molten Blast, Inordinate Rage, Scavenged Blade, Spring Mental Cleric, Grog Tag Night Runner. Again, the Goblin art is sick. Territorial Scythe Cat. So this is like one of the special Zendikar landfall ones. Canopy Baloth, Rolling Regrowth. This card's sick too. It's a Harrow, but you don't have to sack it as an additional cost, which is kind of awesome because, like, in casual, I've had people dispel my Harrow, and I'm just like, please, no. Now I'm down, like, 3 lands. But they enter tapped, which also kind of sucks because one of the broken parts of Harrow is you can be like, alright, instant speed Harrow, hold up counterspell magic, counter your thing. I just ramped, and I held up a counterspell. But, I don't know, it's casual. Entering tapped is fine. Felidar Retreat. This card's sick. This card is sick. This card's so cool. So it's a 3 and a white enchantment. It says landfall. Whenever land enters battlefield under your control, you either create a 2/2 white cat beast, or you put a counter on each creature you control, and then they gain vigilance. So the reason this card's kind of insane is that in like casual and high powered, I think it just creates an army. It's like a 4-mana win condition in these like grindy games. I could definitely see like stacks decks in our format playing this. I just don't think it's quite strong enough. But to be honest, I love this card, and I think the fact, like, can you imagine just playing a fetch land and getting 2/2/2s, and then the next turn you make a land drop, and now you have 2/3/3s with vigilance, or if you have another fetch land, you have 2/4/4s. That's kind of sick. Like in our format, that is like enough pressure to kill people. The problem is you don't want to play these kinds of cards on like 4-mana enchantments. So, all right, Vanquish the Beast, just a foil removal spell, and Trusty Machete. Not what we were hoping from the list, but you know, you gotta live with the consequences of your actions. So it's a 1-mana equipment that gives the equipped creature +2/+1, and it has equip 2. So definitely lost my money on these packs, but thankfully it's not a huge deal because I bought these using the Patreon money. So that's why I decided I was going to do a little stream for you guys. Oh, interesting. So these cards are not the same size. What cards are differently sized? Huh. It's all in the same slot, too, if you look. They're all different sized. That's strange. If you look, you can kind of see maybe how there's like one there, and one there, and one there, and one there, and one there. That's like different sized. That's interesting. All right. Well, that is the end of the pack openings. If anyone has any additional comments, I'm just going through the chat real quick. Oh, Playum, you just spent your lunch money on Ad Nauseam. Oof, that ain't it, Chief. Pongo, no, I'm not winning. I did not open a foil food chain from the list, so I got dunked on. Yeah, I can go through it for the people who just hopped in midway. I can show you some of the spicy stuff I got. I got foil plains. I got a really pretty territorial Psyloth. Philidar Retreat. I'm not even going to pull out Trusty Machete. Selendi Vision. I really like that card. Legion Angel. Skyclave Shade. That card's probably going to see play somewhere. In Modern, probably. I got a McKindy Ox. Whenever land enters battlefield, you tap a creature and opponent controls. Confounding Conundrum, a foil Skyclave Squid, a Shambling Shell, a Lotus Cobra, and a foil Forest. So yeah, that's how it went. If you enjoyed this, check out our Discord. I will probably be discussing my bad beats for buying these set boosters and maybe talking about more stuff like this if you had any fun watching it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will move my camera up so I can face you. Oh no, we're not gonna do that. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day and have a good one. Bye.